G'day, have I got a story for you? Check the disclaimer. Season 1, Episode 65, Deja Vu. I wake up on a hospital bed. Have I been here before? Did something happen to me? Why am I in hospital? Is this really a hospital? The false sunlight coming in the window. Have I seen this before? There's 2 chairs near the corner and a small table with a fake flower in a vase. Why would anyone create a fake flower? How do I know it's fake? A man walks into the room. He immediately asks me,
"What do you remember?"
"Is this a hospital?" I ask. I was going to ask him if he was a doctor, but I'm sure he's not, even though he is dressed like one.
"What do you remember?"
He asks again. That's an odd question. I remember many things. People often say one thing and mean something else. I wonder if this is the case. I tell him, I remember getting walnuts that fell off the neighbour's tree, stomping on them to crack their shells, and eating them. That was the 3rd day the woman wouldn't let me eat anything. It stopped me being dizzy. I don't like being dizzy. The man looks surprised and mildly amused. Why am I here? I ask. I don't remember. Why am I in hospital? He doesn't answer my question. Instead, he asks,
"Do you remember me?"
No, I answer, but then I suddenly realise that he does seem vaguely familiar to me. This room seems familiar, also the fake window with its fake light, this fake flower and this fake doctor. Now I'm wondering if there is a fake nurse and if this hospital is also fake. I'm sure it is, but it doesn't seem like a simulation. I seem to be experiencing deja vu. Have I been here before? Why are all these things fake? I notice his thoughts. Oh, no. I'm not going to take any notice of those thoughts. I know that if I look any deeper, his thoughts and memories will be even more abhorrent. So, I'm going to ignore them. I would rather not know.
"Tell me what I'm thinking right now."
The man orders. No, thank you, I answer, treating this like it's optional, although knowing it's not. I ask, can you tell me what I am thinking? I quickly think about the dog's foot shaking when I scratch her back. Knowing he won't answer, I tell him, I am thinking about scratching the dog's back in the spot where it makes her foot shake.
"No, I don't want to know what you are thinking,"
he says with his voice still raised.
"What am I thinking?"
He pauses, then mumbles to himself.
"What dog?"
I wouldn't like to say what he is thinking. I'd rather not even acknowledge that the few thoughts that I saw could even exist, except the ice cream thought. Ice cream, I answer. That was such a small thought on the very uppermost tip of his mind. He seems to be thinking about ice cream on purpose. Hoping that is all I'll see. Good. I would rather not see anything else in those deplorable thoughts and memories.
"What dog?"
He asks.
"Tell me about the dog."
I answer, I give her ear rubs and scratch her back in the spot where it makes her foot shake. She likes that. Wow, his thoughts are suddenly so loud. Why is he thinking that I shouldn't have any dog memories? Why? Why wouldn't I remember the dog?
Tell me more about the dog.
He orders. He seems annoyed and confused. Sometimes we fall asleep on the back doorstep together, I say, and we keep each other warm. His loud thoughts are very confusing and unavoidable. Why would he be thinking that I should not have been given any dog memory programs? What is a memory program? Actually, I would rather not know.
What breed is this dog?
He asks, while wondering if the dog actually exists.
What colour?
She is a miniature poodle, I answer, wondering how I knew that. She is mostly white.
Where is this back doorstep you spoke of?
He asks. He seems to be wondering if I visit a different house where they have a dog. How could I do that? I'm not allowed. It is the back doorstep of the house where I have to be on the surface, I answer. The house with the man who sleeps in the lounge room chair and the woman who...
There is no dog at that house!
He interrupts. What is he yelling for? I'm right here. I can hear him. Then he screams.
Surface? Why would you call it the surface? You should not know that word.
Wow, he is so loud. I ask, why shouldn't I know that word? Surface is not a hard word to know. Psychokinesis is a hard word. I think that's the first time I've spoken that word, although it's been in my thoughts many times. I continue. The surface is where the house is, where I can go out the back door and see the sun during the day and the stars in the night sky. I hear again his loud thoughts. He seems to think that only the scientists, lab assistants and handlers should call it the surface, and that I would only know the word psychokinesis from scientists. Well, he's right. I learn most things from the scientist's thoughts. He seems irate as he mutters,
Heads will roll.
Heads can't roll, I declare loudly. Unless the bodies roll with them. Maybe you mean fake heads with no body. So many things are fake here. Wouldn't the fake noses, chins and possibly ears stop the fake heads from rolling properly? Why don't you just roll a ball? As he walks out into the hall, amid yelling a lot of expletives, he also has a lot of loud overlapping thoughts.
Who gave her a dog? She can't have a dog. I didn't authorize it. How does she know what a poodle is? She shouldn't even know dogs exist. This is unacceptable. Heads will roll. I will find out who is responsible for this, and I will...
This bit is so awful. I should think of something else. I wish his thoughts weren't so loud.
It didn't work properly. The mind purge is flawed. No one can know. They have to think my invention is perfect. It was those mind agents. It's their fault. It can't be the machine. Everything I invent is perfect. I didn't invent it. No one can know. I have to make her bond with me. How do I do that? I don't know. Of course I know! I have to be kind to her. What is kind? I hate kindness. I hate her. I hate everyone. I hate myself.
Now he is pacing the floor and yelling at the two big men standing either side of the doorway. Why? They haven't done anything wrong, have they? They are standing with their backs towards the room with their hands behind their backs. Their hands look different. Wow, it's like he's scream thinking and scream talking at the same time. He doesn't seem to like that I know that where the house is, where I have to be, is called the surface. He detests my cheery demeanour and hates that I know what a dog is. I have seen many dogs, I think. Yes, through the back fence on the surface. And at some of those horrible places where the vegetation is so green and they hurt me. He loathes that I don't appear to fear him, and he disapproves of me being kind to a dog. He is irate that I have had a dog anywhere near me, because he hasn't done the wolf ceremony with me yet. What is a wolf ceremony? Actually, he would want me to viciously any dog that I find. Oh, in the most painful ways. Oh, I immediately pull away from his thoughts. That's enough. I would rather not know. What has happened to him? Is he okay? Why are his memories so vile? He is walking down the hall. I get out of the hospital bed and walk to the doorway. One of the big men holds my hand and guides me back into the room. His thoughts are not vile. Actually, his thoughts are sparse. I look at my hand in his. How unusual. Then notice his face. Have I seen this person before? Is your name Elva? I ask. He nods his head. Maybe he can't speak. Oh, his memories are all jumbled. But the thoughts he is thinking right now are, well, simple. I see that he is thinking that he must guard me and make sure I'm safe. Wow, what an odd thing to think. Would he stop people from hurting me? No, he's not allowed. He thinks that making me stay wherever that man, the Mangler, leaves me and keeps me safe. I think he's wrong about that. I say to him, "Thank you, Elva." He seems pleased. His name is very important to him. It means guardian. If he wants me to stay here, I will. I wouldn't like him to get into trouble. There's nowhere else to go anyway. It turns out awful wherever I am. So it would be just like swapping one horror for another. There's no point. I check the other man's thoughts. I see that his name is Blas, and he is thinking about food. His memories seem as jumbled as Elva's. Blas and Elva's minds remind me a bit of the dog's mind. I suddenly remember other animals' minds. Did I free them from cages in laboratories? Wow, did I really do that? Oh, I remember other things. People, lots of them. Free. Did I somehow help with that? Maybe I'm just dreaming or daydreaming. That's a perfectly logical explanation. Except that I know that I'm not. How do I know? That connection that I seem to have with someone, where is she? I don't see her, but it seems like she is above me on my right. How could she be there? Is she invisible? Where did that man go, the one with such awful memories? The Mangala. Oh, he's not far. Wow. He is really angry. Why? Just because I remember a dog? Why shouldn't I remember the dog? She's lovely. I have woken up in the backyard with her licking my face many times. She stays with me when I just... well, I think that maybe this life... I would rather not be here. I shouldn't think about that. I cuddled her on the back doorstep when the nights were cold, to keep her warm, and she kept me warm too. Sometimes I saw in her thoughts that she wanted to go inside the house to her basket that has a nice warm blanket in it. I could clearly see the picture of it in her thoughts, in the lounge room of the house. But it is near a piano. I don't understand, because there is no piano in the house, nor is there a basket. So how was she thinking these things? It made no sense to me. Sometimes I would wake up at night on the back doorstep and see what looks like 3 boys dressed in black. But I knew they were grown men. They would jump over the brick fence that joins the side of the house to the wooden fence. They were so startled at first when they saw me, and I knew they didn't want to be seen, so I shut my eyes. After quite a few times, they got used to me being there, and eventually didn't care if I saw them or not. When they came, they would often jump over the brick fence, but then climb back to the top of it to get on the roof. I listened to their footfalls. It sounded like they went to the middle of the front of the house, but then jumped down from the roof and ran. I wish I could run. Sometimes I saw them return. They would jump off the roof to the ground, then go over the brick fence. Sometimes I wondered, did they actually go through it? But that's ridiculous. People can't go through brick fences. Their minds were so different, and the first few occasions I tried to talk to them, thought to thought. They all just told me to go away, so I withdrew. Such unusual minds. It was like their minds worked sideways. I don't know how else to describe it. There was one other odd thing about that area. Oh, here comes the Mangala. He walks straight over to the 2 chairs, moves them so they're facing each other, grabs me and roughly puts me on one, and immediately I can see he remembers something. He wants me to bond with him. Oh dear. That's not going to happen. Slowly and stiffly he says,
Sorry. I hope I didn't hurt you.
That is a lie. He actually hopes that he did hurt me. Words are important, aren't they? So why even say it? He sits on the other chair, pulls it forward, and leans over so his face is almost touching mine. Yuck. I don't like this.
I am going to ask you some questions. Is that okay?
I can see he is seething under his pretense of... I'm not sure. Is he trying to appear nice? He's not very good at it. He expects me to answer okay. I was going to answer that it depends on what the questions are, but change my mind and say, okay.
Do you remember me?
He asks. I answer, yes, you came in just after I woke up.
No!
He says, as though my answer is not what he wanted.
Do you remember me from before that?
I was asleep before that, I say, surprised that he didn't know that. I don't think I was dreaming about you, if that's what you mean. I don't remember dreaming at all.
No!
He yells.
Do you remember me from yesterday?
No. Should I ask. What happened yesterday? Did something happen to me? Is that why I'm in this hospital? Oh, yes, I remember. That doorway woman, Nuala. After her smacking frenzy, I thought I might die. My left foot was backwards, and there was so much blood. But that's sort of normal, isn't it? It seems like I've been close to death many times before. I'm not sure how I know that, because I don't really remember what happened those times. He looks puzzled, so I continue. Is this a real hospital, or is it fake, like the fake flower and the fake sunlight in the fake window? Are you a fake doctor? You don't seem like a real doctor, even though you're dressed like one. Why are you wearing doctor's clothes? Are you playing dress-ups like I've seen in the children's minds? Am I supposed to pretend to be your patient? Is that why I'm here? Fake doctor needs a fake patient in a fake hospital, with fake sunlight in a fake window, with a fake flower.
No!
He is so loud. I'm surprised that he let me talk that long. Is he going to answer my questions about all the fake things? Probably not. Maybe he thinks they're fake questions. I'm not going to check to find out. I'd rather not see his thoughts. He's getting up from his chair and walking out the door. I hear him scream, or should I call it a groan? He's still doing it. I think I'll call it a moan, because it's lasting a long time. If he hates my answers this much, why does he keep asking me questions? I hear that voice in my mind again.
Little sweetheart, I have your memories. They tried to steal them, but I kept them safe for you.
Steal memories? People can't do that, can they? Thank you so much for joining us for a cuppa. We appreciate your company.